Let's talk about the biggest developments of the weekend, and there were many. We're right in the middle of commit season. This might have been commit weekend. Now, we do have the July 4th weekend coming up, which will be even bigger, so make sure you guys are locked in. Hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We're trying to grow this thing, and it's just an exciting time to be following recruiting. All right, what are we talking about? Recruits trending to Alabama. Recruits trending to Alabama. Recruits committing to Alabama. Couple 5 stars over the weekend. E.J. Crowell, the running back from in-state, committed to the Tide. And then on Sunday, Xavier Griffin. Just a couple moments before we take this, Xavier Griffin chose Alabama over Texas, amongst others. A huge 5-star recruiting win for the Tide, and they are not done. Steve Wiltfong put in a prediction for Nolan Wilson, the number 4 ranked defensive lineman in America. We still got Cedarian Morgan on the board. Jaira Edwards, the 5-star safety. He's expected to commit to Alabama sometime this weekend. That's going to be absolutely huge if it goes the Tide's way. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but you know how that goes. They are trending to Alabama for a reason. These experts are putting in their picks, and Alabama is surging currently into the top 10. Remember, heading into the summer, Bama fans were concerned. Now you got a top 10 class with 5 stars on deck. It's looking great for Alabama recruiting heading into the middle of summer. Tennessee Volunteers are growing this 2026 recruiting class. Since Friday, they have picked up 4 major commitments. We're talking edge catcher Golston out of Virginia, interior offensive lineman Edward Baker from Maryland, the speedster athlete Legend Bay. He's from Texas. And then just to go in-state, they grab wide receiver Zayden Anderson. Tennessee has now 13 total commitments. Faison Brandon being the headliner. He's number 13 ranked overall prospect in America, the number 3 ranked quarterback in the country. And there's still more to come. Savion Hyder still out on the board. And of course, the Tennessee Volunteers are still in pursuit of one major flip. Well, probably a couple major flips. But we can't talk Tennessee without mentioning Tristan Keys, the number 1 wide receiver in the country, fresh off that official visit. Now, I'm not expecting a flip anytime soon here, but I do expect to hear Tennessee pop up in this recruitment until it's done. So we will see what the Volunteers have left, but right now they're on a bit of a heater. All right. Georgia has jumped Notre Dame in the On3 industry rankings into the number 2 spot, 19 total commitments since May 1st. I don't know what's going on in Athens, but they are racking up the commitments this summer. Defensive lineman James J.J. Johnson was just the latest commitment. Now, this was a huge battle for Georgia because he's the number 1 defensive lineman in the state of Florida. All 3 of the big 3 teams in Florida really pursued him, but in the end, Georgia goes into Florida and pulls out their number 1 defensive lineman. Now, we got July decisions coming up, too, that could boost this class into the number 1 spot. USC holding it down currently, but 5-star tight end Caden Prothro comes off the board in July. So will Tyler Atkinson at OT7 down in Fort Lauderdale over the weekend. Tyler Atkinson teased a July decision. Some people thought he might take his decision into the fall, into the season. Well, he's not even going to wait till August. It sounds like he's ready, and we could be coming up on a decision in July. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But like I said, Dog sitting at number 2, still with some big names on the board. They're in it for Savion Hyder. They're in it for running back Derek Cooper. There could be more to come. Now, we got to talk about Michigan this weekend because they landed a monster offensive tackle from Hawaii. Yes, Michigan goes into Hawaii and lands Malachi Lee. Now, that's not it. They also landed linebacker Markel Darby. That's a big flip from SMU. It kind of happened in the shadows of a couple other commitments, including Carter Meadows, who made a decision on Sunday to commit to Michigan. But Markel Dabney is a very important linebacker recruit in this class. Don't forget about him, and it could be a big week. Wide receiver Calvin Russell is going to announce he was down at OT7 as well, and he said Michigan is in his top 2. It's believed to be Syracuse and Michigan. But don't think that doesn't mean he has other options. I mean, nearly every school in the country is recruiting Calvin Russell, including Florida, including Florida State, including Miami. He's been out to Oregon. He's been all over the country. But it sounds like it's coming down to Michigan and Syracuse. Michigan could add a South Florida receiver to this class, an already loaded class that landed elite defensive edge Carter Meadows. He's an on-3 5-star. He's not a 5-star on the industry, but we're splitting hairs here. He is basically another 5-star recruit for Michigan, who is now up to number 11. knocking on the door of a top 10 class, but I think they're going to push even further than that. What do you guys think? What were the biggest developments from this weekend? Did I miss any? Let me know. Comment section below.